I was recently out in Austin, Texas for the LUMIX Summit event to check out the brand new S1 Mark II. And while I was there, I asked a bunch of the different YouTubers and filmmakers and photographers there at the event what their favorite and least favorite thing was about the LUMIX S1 Mark II. Now, a quick disclaimer though for this video, all these creators at this point only have used this camera for up to 3 days, so they have probably more thoughts and opinions about this camera now, using it for a longer period of time, but these are their initial thoughts and impressions of the LUMIX S1 Mark II. So without further ado, let's dive into those thoughts.
So my favorite feature is you can do high frame rate, slow motion, and high resolution, which is just crazy. We're super blessed with all those crazy features. Least favorite, I've noticed the sensor has a bit of like a green tinge, a green cast to it. So maybe getting like perfect colors dialed in when you're using multiple Lumixes might give you a slight challenge, but it's nothing that crazy.
Favorite is probably now full frame open gate, 60 FPS, no crop needed, none of that stuff. And 4x3 mode, so for 2x anamorphic shooters, 4x3 mode is going to give you even closer to that final deliverable traditional 235 aspect. Worse? There's some. Let me think about it. Hang on. Let me look at my notes here.
Uncropped 60p in 4K is awesome. And I also love the fact that this has no overheating, which is great for where I live. So yeah, 100%. They're my two favorite. Probably the way you access the burst photography. Like you take a whole bunch of shots with the electronic shutter. It's a little cumbersome getting into that menu. It's similar to the other cameras, but it's always a little tricky. Everyone's going, how do I preview my photos? That would be my sort of critique just from taking a series of photos out here with the electronic shutter.
The S1 Mark II is a pretty solid camera, and I think the major difference that is going to make this one stand out is for sure 5.1 and 4.8K 48 and 60 frame open gate options. That's going to be a big deal, not just for open gate's sake, although we do love open gate, but actually for anamorphic shooters. For the first time, we're really getting anything like 48 or 60 FPS options for open gate anamorphics, which is great. The least favorite thing about this camera that's kind of tough, I haven't really discovered anything that's particularly wrong with this camera. It's just a solid do-it-all, all-arounder camera. I've only used it for like a day though, so I'm sure I'll find things as I use it more.
I know, I'm old. Let's see. Look at these notes. They're damp.
You know what I like about these cameras? They handle well, I like the displays, and they're rugged, so you can depend on them to shoot. Obviously, video capability is awesome, but as a photographer, it would really come down to like handling is good, ruggedness is good, displays are good.
I would say favorite feature is you're able to shoot open gate at higher frame rates. Least favorite, the color cast is like a little bit on the green side, so matching up cameras might just be a little bit of a change, but outside of that, I think that's pretty much it.
This is a soft one. I'm gonna find another one, but there's no anamorphic D-stretch still through HDMI, and now we have USB-C streaming, which is amazing, but still no anamorphic D-stretch. Ecamm should be bringing that. But that's a soft one, I feel like.
So least favorite feature is simply just across the board with Lumix, and that's the quick menu, no access while recording. And then favorite feature, hybrid zoom. Absolute game changer for lenses like, for instance, the 28 to 45. All of a sudden you've got extra reach. So good.
My favorite feature on the S1 Mark II is the autofocus detection. My least favorite is this little scrolly button thing.
A little bit more neutral.
Wait, it's not specifically with this camera, but with the apps, you can't put a damn a monitoring LUT on there, which is very annoying because I really want to use the apps. I didn't bring an external monitor to this trip because I was just going to use my phone, but you can't do a monitoring LUT. You have to bake in the LUT if you're going to use the app. So I'm dying for them to fix that. We now have D-stretch in the apps though, but still. So I guess it's not with the camera, but I don't know. Does that count?
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah.
Cool. I find it's really hard to find a legitimate complaint.
Yeah, they're.
Wait,
hang on.
Every complaint that I find.
Wait.
Okay, my favorite feature is high-res mode, being able to take photos, especially handheld, because I'm not the biggest fan of using a tripod, so that's awesome. And my least favorite feature, a feature that I wish it had, was auto subject detection, because sometimes when I'm traveling, I'm taking photos of everything. It's a bit annoying having to change it, so auto subject detection would be awesome.
So favorite feature is an easy one. It's the timecode integration over Bluetooth. I'm actually running it right now. I've got the Atomos UltraSync Blue in my pocket. We got a few different cameras around here synced up. The fact that we can do timecode now over Bluetooth makes timecode so much easier to set up. It's awesome. And you can have multiple cameras on a single device, where if you had to hardwire it, you'd have to have one of these for every camera. So that is just fantastic. Least favorite, I gotta be honest, I haven't been using it long enough to pick out something that I really don't like. There's nothing that I'm going, oh man, why doesn't it do that? I'm not gonna say the camera's perfect, but I haven't found anything yet that I don't like. So that's what I got for you.
Also, we know about slow rolling shutter speeds. Hasn't been an issue for me, but there are times where I'm like, oh, I should probably use a faster readout sensor for like this or that.
Yeah.
Which that's a different tool. You know, there's different jobs that require different tools. So with S1R2, now I have this with the way faster readout if I need it. But on top of that, my S1R2 is starting to overheat. I'm not sure if it's a CF Express B card problem or what, but now I'm interested to see if this is gonna have that issue. So far, what I've been told, it shouldn't be an issue.
No.
So we'll see though.
My favorite feature is the stabilization. Like, I'm filming video and it just looks like I'm on a gimbal, and that means I don't have to travel with a gimbal. My least favorite feature is definitely the menu systems. Like, you're picking this camera up for the first time, there's so many settings that you have to change from the defaults to get good results, and I keep forgetting where settings are when I need to go back and change them. They really gotta simplify it or give me a search feature or something.
S1ii, okay, so my favorite feature I think are the two shoot settings, like the cinescope and then the 5.1K at 60p. I think those are my two favorite features additions to this one. My least favorite thing is the body style. Like, there's probably a podcast about this, Matt, that is either coming out or has already been out. But the body style, let's just get rid of the hybrid. Let's just go box style, cinema style, whatever that might look like.
Hey guys, quick interruption. If you've been enjoying these creators' thoughts about the LUMIX S1 Mark II and you want to see more videos about this camera and other LUMIX cameras, you should definitely consider subscribing. Anyways, I'll let you get back to the video.
I figure because it's 6K, the resolution that even if it would downsample from is a little lower, which I'm assuming takes less stress on the rest of the camera. But also it is very much a CF Express type B card thing. It's really hard to find a complaint. And it's not necessarily saying it's a perfect camera, but it feel like every complaint that I have is like a nitpicky thing where I'm almost just being, like I'm almost complaining for the sake of complaining.
Yeah. Favorite. So favorite feature would probably be the Cinema 4K, 120 frames per second. Really nice, obviously brilliant image quality. In terms of the least favorite, would have to be the stills when it comes to the buffering. We are doing sports, high frame rate, buffers a ton. You pretty much renders it useless, which kind of sucks because it's only 24 megapixels as well, so it's not like it's a high resolution camera. But yeah, that's it.
Sick. And just for reference, I have to stand on this giant thing.
There's still no internal B-roll. I don't know if we'll ever get that. There's external B-roll though, and internal proxy recording.
There's an answer for that.
Oh.
There's an answer for that. So the reason why there's an internal B-raw.
The whole video.
No, well the reason why they told us, the reason why there is an internal B-raw inside of the S1R2 is because it requires a different chip to even do it. Because the B-raw has to like de-bayer, then re-bayer into B-raw. It's not like red raw where it's just literally coming off the sensor. It needs another physical actual chip. And I think the camera would end up being bigger if you put that chip in there. So that has to be external.
I mean, my favorite feature on the S1 II is I'm always kind of choosing between like the S series if I want low light and dynamic range, or the Micro Four Thirds camera if I need the speed. And the great thing here is because we've got the partially stacked sensor, it's not quite as fast as the GH7, but it's damn close, and I'm still getting excellent dynamic range, really good low light performance on it, so I don't basically have to choose which camera I'm going to use with this. Least favorite thing is the way Panasonic sets all these cameras up by default makes no goddamn sense. Like a lot of the settings, if you turn one on, it's like, oh no, but you actually need to go disable this other setting, but we're not going to tell you which setting you need to disable. The autofocus by default is always looking for a new subject instead of locking on to the initial subject that you selected. Things like that just need to be changed by default, but if you take the time, you can really customize it and then it's totally manageable.
Like I could be like, oh, well, it has a different cast than the other camera. Like I just said that, and I'm like, okay, but the color cast is like a little bit on the green side. You know how to color grade, so what's the problem? Or like,
I wish the ISO was lower like the S1R2. It's like,
cool, expose low, like fix that in post. Like it's things that are fixable problems that in real life I'm only complaining about now because I'm being asked to find what the fault is, but are things that I don't actually care about that much to call them faults.
Yeah, there's two things that we'll see if they end up being a problem or not, stemming from the S1R2.
The only thing I think people can possibly complain about is megapixels. Oh, 24 megapixels is not enough megapixels. You know how y'all be. But the issue is if you want speed, you got to sacrifice something. And since when is 24 megapixels not good enough? So even if we would have got like 33 megapixels, trade-offs have to be made. And we wanted speed with this camera, so there you go.
Finally having 32-bit float in a full-frame camera, such good news, such a great thing. And then least favorite feature, I would say...
Working with Chris Nichols.
Yeah, working with any of the Petapixel guys has been very difficult, and that is related to the camera.
Yeah.
I could see the S1R2 overheating. Mine's only happened once, and that was my fault being an idiot. Because I put it in the back of a trunk in Maui, left it recording in 8K for half an hour, and it overheated. And I'm like, okay, like yeah, that makes sense.
CinemaScope 4K is dope. I've been shooting in it for the whole trip, almost. And you can do it up to 120 frames per second, which is dope as well. Least favorite feature? That's tough, man. I don't know. I don't think I have any. I love Panasonic, LUMIX.
What a shill.
What a shill.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like when I'm trying to find a fault, I just feel like a whiny baby.
I'll start with favorite because it's the only one coming to mind. And I'm gonna say that I've used so far is probably the 96 frames per second because it's still full frame and you still get subject detection.
Yeah. Like I'll be doing, I'm like, oh, it doesn't have this. And I'm like, do you care or are you saying that so people don't think that you're not being genuine with your responses? And I'm like, well, then that's kind of just being inauthentic in the other direction where I'm like, well,
the same thing with the FX3, I didn't really have any complaints with it, but then when you start using other cameras, you're like, oh, even the A7C II, I like the image quality off of that more than FX3.
Yep.
And so now with this, we're getting better image quality, still fast speeds, anamorphic support, better IBIS, all of that. So, I don't know.
I think if as long as it doesn't overheat, I think, I truly don't know what I'm supposed to complain about. I feel like someone else, do you have a complaint? I don't know.
I know all these soy boys are mad about the S1R Mark II having not the best rolling shutter. Well, things are a little bit different on here. So what y'all gonna say now? What are you gonna say now? What are you gonna say now? No, I'm just playing.
I'm gonna throw in another one. Most excited about open gate, slow motion. It's oversampled, but open gate 48, 60 FPS. Yeah, that's exciting. Least favorite. I know there's one that's out there, low light autofocus, but that was also kind of on other LUMIX cameras. But still, it's a big thing coming to mind right now.
I really like how they added.
Wait, do you know what's crazy? He's on an 8mm lens, and Terry's head still don't fit in
That's
it.
crazy. No, seriously, one of my favorite additions is USB streaming. The fact that they added a 4:3 aspect ratio.
Favorite feature on the S1 Mark II is the new green boxes after you take a photo, where it shows you where it focused. I love that. I wish it had MP4 light.
But I will say my favorite feature first is probably having open gate open gate 60 FPS. Like it's gonna be great to slow that footage down and just be able to have so much space to crop in and out. So really looking forward for that. Least favorite feature. What if I don't have one?
My favorite feature probably has to be the built-in false color. I haven't tried the S1R2, so I never had the false color, so it's my first time having it. And I run a monitor on the top of my camera just for false color, but having it in now just makes my life so much easier. And I also like the frame rates that we got in here, 120, 95. That's slow-mo. Used to hate it, but now I like it. And my least favorite feature has to probably be, this is gonna be controversial, is that okay? I don't like the body shape. I want a bigger cinema body. If you're a hybrid shooter, you like this body shape, it's okay. I'm not a fan, and that's it. But yeah, love you boys.
Yeah, the burst is pretty dope. So I call this camera a W as long as it doesn't obviously we haven't put it through its paces yet. So as long as it doesn't have any major overheating problem like he said, and yeah,
Thanks guys for watching this video, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about the LUMIX S1 Mark II. If you want to see a deeper dive overview of this camera, you can check out my main video right here. YouTube recommends you might like this video right here. Until the next one guys, peace.